Hello there, this is Denzian, once again looking at some 3D printing from Lv427-designs. On this occasion, we've expanded the board game from Leading Edge Games with the operations, which I've looked at previously, onto the ducks. Yes, little air vents as you escape and make your way to safety. And this kit I really like. It does add on to the previous kit. We have the little vent shaft there, which opens up. You can slide that up and then enter the vent shafts. Now, there's some really interesting design choices with this particular model. For starters, it mirrors, as you can see, the original board, and very well detailed. And you've got to think about that, because when you think about the movies, the air ducts are very, very boring, aren't they? There's nothing in them. They're just, well, in Aliens anyway, they're very, very plain walls. So we've got some artistic license here with a lot of gubbins, which I really like. It's got more of an Alien Isolation feel to it when you go through the air ducts in there and you've got facehuggers running around through the pipes and so on. It's got that feel. You may not like my choice of paint scheme, but that's what I went with. Some red piping and some Alien 1 style sort of wall motifs with the colour schemes I felt there, just to add to the industrial look. You know, it sort of offsets it slightly. But anyway, that was my my choice. And one of the choices with Lv427-designs is to give us a much lower wall compared to their normal builds. And I like that because this would be quite tight to move your figures around, as you can imagine, when you've got much narrower little walkways to get around. So that it kind of makes sense to me. I quite like that. It also opens it up for other uses, I think, because when you get down to it, and you could quite easily imagine this being a defensive line. If you're doing some sci-fi gaming and you want a sort of trench system, you could stick Vasquez there, look, and she's shooting over a wall rather than being in a duct. You could even sink this into some sheeting, couldn't you? So here's a bit of a rough cut there, look, but gives you an idea. If you soaked it into some foam board, you've got a bit of a sci-fi trench system going on. That was my thought anyway. Some people might want to keep it for what it's meant to be, but I think you can use these things for many, many different uses. The other idea I had is with all these gubbins, it reminded me of a science fiction sort of rooftop. You can imagine this on top of a building. If you're doing something a bit cyberpunky or futuristic, I think that would work also. Just to break up the flat roof a little bit of a large building. Just a little idea. It does print in different sections, obviously, and I use a resin printer, so I do have the odd mishap with my printing every now and again. It happens, but a lot of these I didn't have to cut up. They were quite right size for a lot of the print beds I was doing, which was great. Another great design choice I've done here is, you probably can't see very well on my camera, but some of the square sections mirror the compass sections from the board game, where Newt has to try and figure out which way to go to get to the landing field. And they have little fans underneath. So if you paint it up correctly, they do stand out really, really well. So I thought that's a nice little nod, because it doesn't take away from anything. You know, it doesn't give you something that's in the way, which is only for the board game. And instead of putting a token on to represent it, you've just got a bit of an architectural detail, which I really, really like. And at the very end, again, we've got the exit. So you could have another section over here if you wanted to add it to another building. Maybe if you've got another copy of this, you could have another little exit and go into another part of the building there. So again, other uses that take it beyond using it for the board game. But saying that, I think this is a really nice little kit, and very different from all the other things that we've printed from them before, at least in my experience anyway. So I really, really enjoyed it. Very quick prints as well, very quick to do. But yeah, a little short video just looking at the vent shafts. I don't know what you think about them, but I really like them. It'd be interesting to see if they go beyond the original board game, because this is all very self-contained here. Obviously, they've done all of these pieces now. Will they do the expansion, which I've looked at in a previous video, which is a much larger map section? But they have done some really big sections recently, so maybe they will. Who knows? Depends if people are interested, I guess. Maybe you are. I certainly am, and very interested to see what comes next. So thanks for watching this little video, and I shall see you again.